Hello, everybody. Welcome to another artist of the day. Before we get into this, this one's a different one. This one's a different artist of the day because of the fact this one was actually requested by a lot of people who watch this, or a lot of people who wanted me to review this person. Um, excuse me. I didn't plan on reviewing this person for reasons we'll get later on into the review. Um, but with that being said, before we get into it, I'm going to disclaimer to everyone, and this is a disclaimer for all my episodes. This has everything to do with solely the music. I am very critical, and if you're good, you're good. If you're bad, you're bad. I'll tell you how it is. And this has nothing to do with anything outside of it. This has everything to do with the music I hear that you will see me hear. So with that being said, today's artist of the day is JD.Fuego. JD.Fuego, or Justice Dawson, is a rapper, songwriter, originated from Miami, Florida, moved down to Atlanta, Georgia area. He's been making music for about 2 to 3 years, I want to say, the last time I checked. And this is someone even way before, before the podcast, for all that I followed in music, because he was one of those people, that was in it for a long time, and he's pulled despite, me believing at the time he had low effort and low originality in his music, he was pulling massive numbers. I remember recently, he pulled like all time 10,000 streams on Spotify, which I think is pretty big, especially for someone like in our age, and he's doing live performances, which is good for him. But while keeping up with his music, I've always thought it lacked originality, it lacked any amount of skill, and it just overall it was lacking of a lot. But with that being said, that's all his older stuff. He recently dropped an album that I have not listened to, and while I've listened to tracks leading up to it, the album could be something different. So I am very open to that possibility. So the album is called Two Turn. It is 11 tracks, which, with that being said, of it being 11 tracks, it's just over 25 minutes. So we're gonna give this a spin. The first track is Ho Ho by Fuego JD, and he has collabed with one other person called Back End on three of these tracks, but the rest of these are just him. So we're about to go see, we're gonna go give this a spin. First track is Ho Ho.
Wait, wait, oh, wait, yeah, wait, oh, wait, yeah, wait, oh, wait, yeah, wait. A little helper, she a ho-ho. Like the camera action, my shooters on go mode. See that's for the fofo, looking for the photos. Look out for the coco, my shooters will so. Whoa, whoa, SITs and Hellcats with the rainbows. Murder mystery, and now it's case closed. Going where you can't go. Do a little dances like a tango. On my chain now, lay down, sang out. We gon' bring the gang out. Y'all ain't getting paper, y'all lay down. Trade sounds, I got me a trade now. Lady, we gon' leave you underneath. Wait, yeah, said I love her, she a hoe. Fucking bangers. Bro, let these niggas know. What's up, dog? I got you.
All right, that was the first track, Ho Ho. Yeah. If this is where the album's gonna go, this is not gonna be the most positive review. And this guy, if he ever sees this, might get his feelings hurt. But I'm gonna be honest. The only positive thing I can give to that was he has a unique voice. Like, he genuinely doesn't sound like anybody I've ever heard. He has a unique inflection in his voice. Now, whether that voice is a like sonically appeasing to listen to, that's debated. Besides that, the production, that beat sounds like it's clearly off of YouTube, or sounds like Anabolic Beats would make some shit like that. The mixing and mastering is borderline non-existent. You can't hear half the things he's saying because the beat's too goddamn loud and screaming in your ear. Um, Subject matter, I mean, there's no originality, and I also think it's bullshit because while keeping it just music, he used to go to my school. He used to live in that area. So when a lot of people who are rapping their music that live in my area, or I've known their personality for a little bit. Like I said, I don't know this guy that much, but I've met him a couple times, and yeah, for him to just rap about certain things, that's obviously a lie, and everybody obviously lies in their music, but to blatantly lie, like gang, like to be like gang banging, this shit, like guns, bitches, traps, all that shit, I think is bullshit. I think you should rap about. If it's more authentic if you tell the truth. Like every song that I've ever put out and my group has ever put out, I've not lied in any single thing, and that's just me. Other people may like that cap and shit, but if you just rap about guns, drugs, bitches, whatever the hell, it does nothing to make you stand out. Everybody's doing that. Everybody's gonna hear that. Talk about something unique to you, or talk about something that you can. If there is that is truly your life. Like I said, I don't know this guy really from Adam, but in my opinion, he ain't about none of that gang shit or none of that shooting gun shit that he just said in his song. If he is about that life, you have to spin it in a unique way. Because if he wants to take this serious, it just sounds like right now it sounds like this music belongs on SoundCloud. It doesn't belong anywhere else. It belongs on SoundCloud. Like if you were to like the stereotype of kids doing music and it's sounding like that, that's the stereotype, and that's what people expect it to sound like, And I think that does a detriment to a lot of young artists who are like, oh yeah, I do music, and they're expecting shit like this, and then they have to over prove themselves. But that's just me, and we're one track in. This could be a turnaround. The next song is called Drama, and this one is actually with Back End.
Laughing all the way to the bank.
Got a couple of these racks filled up with commas. Talking down on the game, we like Wakanda. Smoking marijuana.
What? What did this nigga just say to me? Talking on the gang, we Wakanda? That is no correlation. What? Speaking on the gang, we like Wakanda, smoking marijuana. I don't think there was one blunt rolled in the entire movie of black people, but that's neither here or there. But all right. Anyways.
I want the drama. Don't smoke, nigga. Yeah, that's on my mama. Got a couple of these racks filled up with commas.
Okay.
Talking down on the game, we like Wakanda. Smoking marijuana. Hey, this Big Mac. You a little stupid nigga. Take you like a Kit Kat.
What the fuck is happening? What is happening? There's no way this is 30 seconds of outro. No, don't do this. Don't piss me off. Oh, okay. It just glitched. All right. Why did y'all niggas ask me to review this again? Again, if he sees this, he's gonna think I'm hating. I promise you I'm not. Again, same issues as the first track, and that feature, Back End, that reverb on his voice is way too fucking much. And I think that does come mixed with the mixing part of it, which is, again, borderline non-existent. But yeah, no, that's again same subject matter, pretty bland, pretty meh. I think this is definitely for people who don't listen to lyrics or don't listen to who just care about getting turned. Like if you're probably really shit faced, or you're really into the like 2017 XXX Tentacion hype music, you'd probably think this was fire, and that's y'all. But I just think it's not good in the slightest. But that's just me. And and this is gonna be tough because this is his debut album. Like he's dropped a bunch of EPs that I've listened to, obviously before the segment, obviously before like the whole entire fucking like podcast thing. I've listened to his stuff. That there's really no effort gap. There's no effort put into it, in my opinion. Like you can say you put effort into this. I don't believe it because especially with the money and the production that you could have behind this. it just doesn't sound like there's any effort put in. It sounds like the philosophy is quantity over quality, and I just think that's a very poor method. But again, to each their own. I don't think the song is. Yeah, I think it's the pretty same, pretty the same as the last two, pretty much. Next song is AR again with Fuego and Back End.
They can't make 'em, wait, they can't make 'em, yeah, they can't make 'em, whoa.
One thing I will say before we finish this track, he's gonna have to show me who produced these because these are clearly off of YouTube. I feel like these are off of YouTube. If someone produced this, I could be very wrong, and if that's the case, my apologies because I am not all an A1 producer, but I produce shit. I'm working on it, but I just feel like he pulled these off of YouTube. I feel like he looked up trap type beat or whatever, and he just put the file in. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know, dude.
You talking on the net, we got those trash, bitch, watch your back. That chopper will attack, I promise we gon' get you whacked. I put you on the plat, little nigga, see who's always packed. Pushy on my shoes, little nigga, spend a couple racks. Headshot, AR to your face like dead shot. Legs lock, put that nigga in the headlock. Legs chop, all my guns, they got a red dot. On my neck, I'm dripping big sauce. Big sticks, big rats, I got big rocks. Niggas hating all that shit, you take a big
Yeah. Playing with it, yo, big paparazzi keep trying to take the I ain't playing with hoes, you keep playing with bitch. I'm killing the rap. Hey, yo, you know we talking beasties. Yeah, I know that, but I don't want no smoke.
He's off beat.
Follow up in Lincoln. I just be smoking those eyes, ain't smoking no liquor. That shit, it might give me a headache. The brain said that he get up, I'ma make sure he come, I'ma make sure he miss. I like shit on my headshot.
Okay. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna sound like a fucking broken record. First of all, especially with the effects you would have put on that guy's voice, Back End. I don't know you from fucking Adam, but wouldn't it be smart to mix and master and then turn the reverb just a touch down if you want those effects to really carry? Because you're sounding like a B-Tech drowned out Future on this motherfucker. I'm gonna keep it tall on you. Again, this is not me hating. This is just me being brutally honest. It's not good. You sound very, very, very. You're drowning out everything. We can't understand a word you're saying because it sounds like I'm going schizophrenic and I hear 15 voices telling me to kill myself. And I don't know. That track's just not it. Next one is Heater. This one is with Back End, but that's the last track with him on it. The rest of it is just JD.Fuego, I believe. Yes. Okay. Next one is called Heater. One good positive thing I will say though before we even start this. One good thing I do like that he does. I do like unironically. I like no bullshit. I do like that he does have like kind of interlude things in his music where it's not just rapping the same thing. Like he has some creative idea. So when he'll like bring it down, it's just a muffled thing. I do like that. I like that. I like when people change shit throughout it because it makes it more entertaining. So in that aspect, I will give him props, and I do like that. But besides that, there's nothing really else to talk about. The next one is Heater. There's really nothing else to really talk about for the first three tracks of her. Yeah. What?
Just right now, he said if I need him, he gon' bust it down. Ain't no fucking name, but if I
Okay, here we go.
Niggas better pay me. I be dripping sauce, nigga, dripping like I'm gravy. You know that I'm wavy. I just got the Mercedes. You know I'm going crazy. Hey, hello, yeah, I just got a new hoe. Talking all that shit, I promise chopper flow. Lights, camera, action. My niggas shooting all that shit. We want the static.
Okay.
You niggas talking out your neck. You want that action.
Okay.
I just got I send you straight to God. You spend your blood with nigga promises like playing cards. So I can see the squad.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So I can see the squad.
I like that effect. Like I said, I don't know if he produced these.
Like
was Heater. That was better than his other shit. That I've heard. Probably the best track I've heard so far. Back in actually sounds. Well, one. There's a part where he's off beat, but that's neither here or there. That's actually the best performance I've heard out of the 3 songs he's on. One, because I could fucking understand him. He's not layered under 15 layers of reverb, and they didn't make his thing so fucking wet that it sounds like, again, I'm losing my goddamn mind and I'm going down a wormhole of his voice. JD actually sounds somewhat convincing of what he's talking about on the beat, but he's not. But again, he's talking about the same shit. Like, literally, if his whole album is like this, I can listen to one song and say that I've heard the album. If he's just talking, like, guns and all that shit. There's no creativity to it. It's just, I'ma shoot you. Yeah. What it do? Yeah. Like, I don't know. It just, and like I said, I hope it doesn't take this too personal, because this is literally just, that's just what it is. I think objectively this is not, not that, it's not that bad. Like, this is something you would definitely, like, I would listen to this maybe once and then never again, maybe. Just on the fact that, like I said, I think the biggest issue is just really mixing it, because everything's too fucking loud. It's fighting each other. They're not going together. They're literally fighting for jockeying that position. So, especially when you have it trying to be hype, if you mix it better, it'll actually be louder and it will sound better. But again, the rest of the album is just him. Next one is called Manners. Soluminati? Okay. Talk to me.
Your boyfriend is scammer. I want to with 30 racks up in my hand. Niggas talking down, we got a lesson talking and talking at your neck could get you busted. Watch your man, put you in a plan. I ain't sad, I think it's funny that you turned into a fan. Your boyfriend is scammer. I walk down the club with 30 racks up in my hand.
What? That's the whole song. Okay. All right. One thing I also, like, again, I guess I kind of pet peeve is when, like, you make a song way too fucking short. It's a fucking clip. You basically uploaded a clip. He uploaded a minute of chorus, 4-bar verse, chorus, outro. And I spent like a minute 30, I want to say. That's not a song! I don't care what anybody says, that's not a song. X did that on his albums. I don't care. It's like obviously X did it too, but X's was a lot better. Even though even me not being a big fan of X's music, I will say it was better than that. But it's fucking X, so of course it is. But with that being said, him uploading like 45-second things as songs and like a minute and a half of chorus, 2 bars in the middle, chorus, and being like, oh, song, profound. No, it's not a fucking song. You uploaded a clip and said, this is what it is. No. What? Like I said, to each their own. But I just think that's way too fucking short. Especially if it's going to be like, anything of substance. Again, that's the only new thing I have to say about this. Everything else still stands. It's still not produced well. It's still unoriginal. It's still everything it was from the previous tracks I've heard. But again, like I said, we're like, I don't know. I want to say we're at the halfway mark. So this could turn around. I need something to pick up because this ain't looking too good. Next song is called Alphabet.
I was on the track.
Who is that? Who is this? Wait, hold on. Who was that at the beginning? Was that him? I don't think that was him. His voice was way too deep for that to be him. If that was him, props to his props. But I think that's someone else. They didn't credit him, so I don't know who that is. Ha! Okay, I like that one. I can't understand you. Did he really just give me 30 seconds of fucking outro? No. Hold up. Bro. Okay. I can't even critique that one. Partially because I couldn't understand a goddamn word anyone said in that fucking song. If the other songs were mastered to where everything was too loud, the beat was too loud and the vocals were too quiet. And plus, on top of them, they're mumbling, which I have no problem mumbling. But if they're mumbling, they gotta fucking, like, come on. This is music theory 101. If shit sounds too quiet, niggas don't car test they shit. Like, come on. Niggas don't car test they shit. None of that, really. There's the levels. If you're gonna make it quieter, make the words louder so you can put the beat under it. If you're gonna make it both hype, balance it out on certain parts. They're fighting each other, and that one's too quiet. I don't know who that was at the beginning. If that was him who made his voice that deep, that is more sonically appeasing than his actual voice, rap voice. Where he's like, I don't think that's more. Especially if you're talking gangster. If you're talking gangster shit. And I'm gonna shoot you in the face. Niggas not gonna believe that. I mean, I don't know. That's just me though. Next track is Go. This is definitely off of YouTube. You cannot tell me this is not on YouTube. Who is this?
A couple of racks, a couple of shots if you reach for this car. But I got a stack, they give me the whip for asking the bank for a motherfucking loan. And I do not beef, fall up on the internet, my brother's real.
He sounds like he recorded at the bottom of the mic in a broom closet. It's like he's way too quiet. I can't understand what the fuck he's talking about. He sounds like he knows he's comfortable, but he also sounds like he's half the fuck asleep.
Bank for a motherfucking loan. And I do not beef, fall up on the internet, my brother's real. Your bullets are phones, cause that's what shit Rudolph. Cause you can get shot like Tupac. No, my hair is not red, it's blue dog. I like it go.
This is very DaBaby vibe. I don't know why, but this isn't Justice. We're like, the song's almost over and I've yet to hear Justice. If this is Justice, do this inflection. Because this sounds so much better. If it's not, nigga, you better come in. You got a minute left.
We pull up and shoot, you already high. We spin like a motherfucking ceiling fan.
Here we go.
Go. I like a go.
Is that him? I guess that's him.
Yeah, I just go. Yeah, give me that throw. Racks, a couple of shots if you reach for this car. But I got a stack to get in the whip for asking the bank for a
low-key sounds like he ripped up,
fall up on the internet. Damn, Fuego. You really killed that shit. Once again, I was dropping in heat. Said, bro, told you once, told you twice. They gotta hop on the wave.
What wave? Okay, if that's Justice. That voice inflection, his ability to go from hint to that's impressive. Can't understand the fucking words you said. Plus your bars that I could hear were very mediocre. You'll get shot like Tupac. Creative. Like, that is very creative, obviously, because Tupac, got shot. I'm impressed that he can go that high and that low. But again, his pen, mediocre. That beats off of YouTube. And look, if he watches this far, or he's watched the first part of this, and disclaimer, if he gets upset, right, and he's like, oh, you're hating? I'm not. I hope you do well. This is the thing. I'm only doing this because of people requested, and I actually do this enough because I'm like, okay, I want him to do good. If this is your sound, make it your sound. But you sound like you stole DaBaby's flow a little bit. Like that. Like, you put DaBaby like on that, it sounds like DaBaby. But when that's time of the gun, but like hold up, we gonna like watch right here.
Smoking this gas, that's Snoop Dogg.
But when them bags and boo off, and there was some bad, them baby on God, and there was some bad, them people like baby, young bold, them brutal. It sounds like the baby, bro. It sounds like he ripped off the baby, which go again shows lack of originality. Which is again, I'll give him that he has a unique inflection in his higher range, but lower range just sounds like a DaBaby clone and not a good one. Now this one is called M to the A. Now this one I think I heard a while ago because he uploaded. This was one of the singles. This was Miami to Atlanta to the A, basically Miami to the A to Atlanta. Basically, I think it's about him. The title is about him moving from that area to here. So I don't remember this track, but we're gonna give it a spin. M to the A. This is
From the end to the end, with my phone going away. At your window, bullets feel like Chick-fil-A.
okay.
Leave before she late. Wanna go on dinner dates. I cooked the ramen, put it in the microwave. Who the fuck am I?
He did not just ad lib a knock on his desk. He didn't even do a proper ad lib. He did not in the middle of a recording just go, there's no, are we being, that didn't happen. The camera couldn't even probably pick that up because it's not mixed at all. But if you were to listen closely, you'll hear him say, "Who's at the door?" No way, no. This is not real. Hold up.
On dinner
Hold
dates.
up, hold up,
I
hold
cooked the
up.
ramen, put it in the microwave. Who the fuck am I though?
What? I respect the engine. I respect it, but it's something called stopping the recording and then clipping it. You do know that like producing programs, like, nigga, they're free, low key. Like Ableton gives you 90-day free trial. Like, what are we talking about?
Lil' and Jay, I said don't forget the D. Bullets feel like they for being South of Bend, SRT. I be shooting 223, little bitch, she on the beats up. Go ahead, chasing that nigga 50 out of trunk. Money on my mind, so I never will give a fuck. I got me a Hellcat, so I don't even ride a bus. From the end to the A.
Again, took literally did the minute and 40 thing. Chorus, two to four bar verse, chorus. I don't think we even need to I don't think we even need to discuss that. Next song is My Place. I need a stylistic switch up because this is getting, like I said, I sound like a fucking broken record, mate. I know what YouTube channel you got this from. Wait a minute. I recognize that sound. I can't, what's the name of it? Oh my god. I know what beat this is. Cause I've rapped over this beat to write stuff before. Oh my god, dude. Come on. Get a producer. You literally have Harper. Like Harper, I don't know. You have people. There's contacts, nigga. Come on.
Riley, I miss you.
Baby, we can take it out of my place. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Baby, oh. Baby, we can take it out of my place. Baby, we can take it out of our way. Whoa, 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 whoa. Baby girl, I get these butterflies when I look in your eyes. And baby girl, there's no one else I want but you. Baby, we can take it out of my place. Whoa. We can take it out of my place. Whoa, whoa. Baby, we can take it out of my place. Baby, we can take it out of my whoa. It's only you, my. It's only you. It's only you. It's you. It's only you. It's only you, my baby. We can take it out of my place. We can take it
Bradley, I miss you.
Okay, so we have Justice JD.Fuego singing. This is good because of the fact that there's something different. I can appreciate the attempt. How does he sound? There's certain runs where it's, well, yes, he's very rough on the singing, and it's not his forte. There's certain runs I'm like, okay, that's not that bad. The biggest thing I will say, the higher and the longer the runs get, you can hear the strain in his voice. And that also comes with mixing and all that, the other shit. But, we've already discussed that. Whatever. I think you just need to keep working at that. Because again, I think, it was a good, I like the stylistic switch up. I like the fact that he's venturing out to that. So I can definitely appreciate that. But it does, you can hear the fucking straining he does to hit those high notes. And I do the same thing, which is why I've worked on it, and I'm more comfortable in a higher range. And I'm not Adele, right? I'm not Adele. I'm not none of these classically trained singers, so I can't really sing for shit in a higher range that much either. But with that being said, I can appreciate the stylistic switch up. But again, objectively, it's not that good. The final two tracks are up. The second to last one is called Poppin'. Whoops, there we go. I'll say this. Like, even though I released it on YouTube, I am a sucker for samples. Anytime there's a sample in the beat, if you want to get me, like, to really love it, if you have samples and horns, like, or both, because I'm a sucker for that shit. I digress though. Poppin' is the next track.
We was bobbing in the photos.
Okay.
We ain't up in a photo. We ain't up in a photo. Baby girl, can we keep it on the low low? Baby girl, can we keep it on the low low? Let's be cool. Yeah. Baby girl, let me tell you something. Baby girl, yeah, you're on my mind. Baby girl, yeah, I need you.
Wait, I gotta run that back. I
Girl, I only want you. Baby girl, let me show you.
Okay. All right. Don't know what that was, but we'll address that after.
Can we keep it on the low low? Yeah, we was popping and we up in a photo. Yeah, we keep it. We was popping in a photo.
Okay. Not mad at that at all. By far the best track on this thing. Surprisingly, that wasn't that bad. I think for him, that's really good on a general consensus. Pretty low impact, but that middle low range suits him very well. I don't know what that shake was. It's like certain notes. I don't know if he's trying to add vibrato and he overdid it, but that where he like it sounded like his voice physically sputtered. But that wasn't that bad at all. I funny enough, that was better than every single track I've heard before. So good on you, man. Good on you. The last track, "Ride for Me." Yeah, this is the final track, and then you'll get my final review overall. So let's give this a spin.
So you gon' ride for me, but you ain't got no time for me. Gon' ride for me, but you ain't got no time for me. So you gon' ride for me.
This beat is stupid.
You say you gon' ride for me, baby, don't you lie to me. You say want me all the time, and say you want to, just hold on, cause I want to. Baby girl, I don't want it no more. Baby girl, I need you no more.
You say you gon' ride for me, baby. Me yard, so privacy, yeah. But you don't gotta lie to me.
I'm not mad at this.
Cause you don't gotta lie. You don't gotta lie to me. Lie away, baby, don't you lie to me.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Baby, don't you lie to me.
He's not. Hey, you know what? I'm not mad
You
at
say
this.
you. Cause you say you gon' lie to me. Cause you say you gon' lie to me. Baby, don't you lie to me. Baby, don't you lie to me.
Okay. Thoughts on that track before I get to the overall review. You know what? Again, that's one of his better ones. I think that those two songs are single-handedly better than everything else. Poppin' and Ride For Me are his best tracks on there by far. He doesn't sound that bad on Ride For Me, actually. Again, well, regardless of the beat being off of YouTube, because I can tell, you can just tell when you listen to enough instrumentals, you can tell what's of original quality, what's off of acoustic type beat or whatever. I believe his melodic sound actually he sounds the best over. And I can appreciate the switch up. I can definitely appreciate the switch up. It actually shows that he has some point of versatility in his repertoire of music. So I can definitely appreciate that. Overall, when it comes to the album To Your Turn by JD.Fuego, the album is not that good. There's obviously high points, like I recently stated, Poppin' and Ride For Me, which ironically, those two melodically singing tracks more are better than all of his rapping. The production on this is very weak. All these beats sound like they've been stolen off of YouTube. The mixing and mastering is non-existent. The feature back end, I mean, he's so drowned in like effects that you can't understand what he says. And when you do understand what he's trying to say, he sounds like he's either not on beat or he sounds like a Budge the Baby. JD's performances on all these tracks is very subpar. I believe that I don't believe that the effort. If you claim there's a bunch of effort into something, and then you come up with this, you can tell there's he tries to cut corners, and music is one of those things where you cannot cut corners because you can tell. You can fool the average people or the people who will tell you could fart in a fucking mic and they'll tell you it's good. But for people who are really into this and who are really passionate about it, you can't cut corners. There's for you to do certain shit. Like I said, it's your style, your music. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck what I think? But I'm just telling you the general consensus of ho ho drama, AR, heater, manners, alphabet, go, M to the A, my place. Flush that down the toilet. Poppin' had showed your potential in music and then potential in singing melodically. My place was by far your worst performance on the singing. Ride For Me, I think it's between Ride For Me and Poppin' are your best tracks on here. And overall, as an artist, if I were to give you a rating, probably a solid 1. I won't give you a 0 because, like I said, there is potential there. But I would give you a 1. Poppin' and Ride For Me definitely saved that. But the overall is not a good album. I've listened to your other stuff too. I think there's a lot of work to be done with all of us, obviously. But I think especially with this, especially if you plan to take this serious and this to be a career thing you want to do, there's a lot of work needs to be done. I hope you don't take my criticisms too much to heart. This really has everything to do with music and nothing to do with you personally as a person. This is just my opinion. And like I said, if you want to discuss it, we can discuss it. If you want to work with me, you can. I hope you don't take this too hard. This is just my review on it. Yeah, I give you a solid 1. So, yeah. Real quick before I sign off, big announcement. The Balanced Ones have a song coming out. That's okay. Coming out April 13th. Mark your calendar. Share with everybody. We worked really hard on this. It's been 6 months since the last drop. We've worked tirelessly on this. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. So yeah, April 13th. That's by the time of this recording. That is the next Wednesday because it's April 7th. The time of this recording. So yeah, share that information with your people. Mark your calendars. It will drop. I think you guys will really enjoy it. With that being said, artist of the day, JD.Fuego. Stay safe. Love y'all. Bye bye.